All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new lesson today on dividing integers. So just like the multiplying, I'm just going to give us some rules for dividing integers. That's very similar to multiplying because multiplying and dividing are opposite. So here are the rules. The first rule says if the signs are the same, okay? Then our answer is positive, just like when we're multiplying. But of course, this is a divide question, so what are we going to do? We're going to divide the numbers, and then if the signs are the same, it's positive. So let's look at a couple of examples. Okay? So 12 divided by 4. Now remember that multiplying and dividing are opposites. So we could start here and we could say what number times 4 is going to equal 12. If that makes it easier for you to do multiplying instead of dividing, you could reverse this and change the divide into a multiply. Okay? So what number times 4 equals 12? Well, maybe many of you have got that worked out already. It's 3. Okay, now look at the signs. They're both positive, so if they're the same, the answer is positive 3. Look at the second example. Again, if you're not good with divide and you want to think about it in terms of multiply, what number times 3 equals 9? Well, I'm hoping you recognize 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 divided by 3 would equal 3. Then we need to look at the signs. They're both negative, so if they're the same, we get a positive. All right? Now here's a different way to show a divide, right? It looks like a fraction where we have a top number and a bottom number. That line actually means to divide. So again, looking at this, 16 divided by 4, that's the same thing as what number times 4 equals 16. All right? And I'm hoping most of you recognize 4 times 4 is 16. And then again, look at the signs. They're both negative. They're the same, so our answer is going to be a positive. Okay? So that's if the signs are the same. So now what happens if the signs are different? So if they're different, we still are going to divide the numbers, okay? But the sign becomes the opposite. So different signs always means a negative, okay? So let's do a few examples again. So 20 divided by 5, just simply do the divide. Or think, what times 4 equals 20? Well, that's 5. And then the signs are different. There's one negative and one positive, so that's going to give us a negative answer. Okay? What number, right? Times 5 gives you 15. That's the same thing as 15 divided by 5. I'm hoping you recognize that it's 3. And again, the signs are different, so that's going to give us negative 3. Okay? Now, you are going to find some questions there that have what is the missing number or find the missing number. So don't forget, you have to find the sign and the number. So just think about it. When you're dividing, if the signs are the same, it's positive. If they're different, it's negative. We've got an answer that is a negative. That means they have to be different. So if this one is a negative, this one would have to be a positive. You could work in the reverse of that also. You could go a negative times a negative is going to give us a positive. So now, what number divided by 5 is 4? Or you can think 4 times 5 is equal to that number, and that number would be 20. Okay? So division facts, that means the question and an answer for a division is related to a question and an answer that is a multiplication fact. Okay? We can take a multiplication question like this one and we can turn it into 2 division questions or 2 division facts. So how do we do it? We're just going to rearrange this. Always start with the answer. Okay, so the answer to the multiply was positive 6. So we're going to start with that. And then we're going to make this a division question. So we're going to divide by something. Well, let's divide by the first number that we see that was part of the multiply. So we're going to divide by -2. Now, if we were to answer this, a positive divided by a negative, the signs are different. That's going to give us a negative. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay? Now you can think about it in terms of a multiply. 3 times 2 is 6, right? And 2 negatives being multiplied give us a positive there. So there's our first division fact. We've taken this and turned it into a division. Well, guess what? Here's positive 6, which is there. There's the -2 we put here. And guess what? This answer, this number is the same. Excuse me. Sorry about that. This number is the same as our answer there. Okay, let's rearrange this into a second division fact. And again, we're going to start with the answer, which is positive 6. Instead of dividing positive 6 by the -2 that we did the first time, right here, we're going to divide it by the other number, which is -3. Then we have to work out the answer. Well, guess what? The answer is going to be the other number. All 3 numbers occur here. They're just rearranged in a different way. So this is going to equal -2. So you can take any multiplication and turn it into 2 division facts by simply starting with the answer, dividing by one of the numbers, and the other number, the third number, is in fact the answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. See you soon.